Hi everyone, I'm Stacy Notestine from Baby's Best Beginning. I'm here today to talk to you about the SPECTRA breast pump. This breast pump is an awesome little breast pump, but it can be confusing with the different settings, so I want to go over those with you today. So the SPECTRA pump can be set up for double pumping or single pumping. Today we have it set up for double pumping, but to do single pumping one breast at a time, all you would do is disconnect one of the tubes and then take the little cap and plug it in, okay? So the pump comes with obviously the machine, the tubing, and then it comes with your setup to pump with, all right? And the way you put this together, this piece comes apart here, and then you can put all of this back together just like this. Make sure all of the pieces are nice and snug. This little duckbill valve goes onto the flange. We call this a flange or a breast shield, just like this, all right? And it just plugs in. Make sure that's on there nice and secure. If your pump isn't working properly, this is probably the first place you want to check, all right? Sometimes if this has a little tear or rip, this won't suction appropriately. So just make sure that's on there nice and snug. The bottle then fits in just like this. And then this piece goes into the hole here, okay? And it's kind of foolproof because this size would be too small, as you see. So this fits in that little area just like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your tubing and you plug the tubing into the back piece just like that, okay? This plugs in just like that. So when you go to start pumping, it's always a really good idea if you do a little bit of breast massage first. So there's no right or wrong way to do it, but you're gonna take your hands, massage the breast, roll the breast, bring some blood flow to the breast, all right? Express a couple drops of milk, then you're gonna put your pump on. So that way you've already brought the milk to the surface of the breast. And milk flows sometimes a little bit easier that way. So with this pump, when you go to turn it on, it has a handy dandy little night light, okay? And you can see that right there. And you're going to go ahead, this button right here is the on off. So you're going to turn the pump on just like that. And the first thing that you want to do is hit this button right here. This is the massage or expression button, these with the little squiggly lines. So you always want to hit that first. And you see that takes the cycling to the pump over to 70. That's a little bit faster cycling. So how fast the pump is pumping. Just like a baby, when a baby comes to the breast and they're hungry, they suckle fast in the beginning, and then once the milk lets down, they slow down. So we try and do that with the SPECTRA pump. So always, when you turn the pump on, always hit that button first. In this setting, the 70, you cannot adjust that. It's always there, okay? But you can adjust your vacuum. And so you would either turn it up or turn it down, just like that, okay? And so the highest that this pump can go is 5, and when you're setting that setting, you always want to make sure that it feels like a pulling and tugging, a pulling and tugging. It should not be painful. If it's painful, you need to turn this down, okay? So once you start seeing milk in the flange, then what you want to do is you want to hit this button again. Hit the massage button again. This takes it into a little bit slower phase. The SPECTRA pump has 5 different settings for the cycles on the pump. The first 2, so 38 and 42, are really set up for preemies, okay? So if you have a preemie, it's fine to pump on those settings. If you have a full-term healthy baby, you want to go ahead and either use the 46, 50, or 54 on the setting button. All right, you can too adjust your suction over here with the vacuum. So it's set on 4. You can take this all the way up to 12, okay? And you can see that's a little bit harder suction. Again, we only want you to pump where it feels like a pulling and tugging. You shouldn't be having any pain. There's no benefit to having pain and pumping at a higher suction. So you just want to make sure you turn it down and adjust it just to where you're feeling a nice pull and a tug, all right? So that's the SPECTRA It's a good idea if you can pump. If you are a mom who is only pumping at least 8 times a day for somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes. That's a good idea to get to a point that you're having a nice milk supply. As always, if you have any other questions about the Spectra pump or any breastfeeding questions, I'm more than happy to help you. Thank you.